August in Victoria. For gardeners, this is a month of big changes and huge promise. Here in the Southern Hemisphere, it's the tail end of winter. The days are slowly getting longer, and you can just feel that whisper of spring in the air, even when there's still a chill on the ground. It's this feeling that gets us so excited to get our hands in the dirt. But what if I told you that this excitement, this rush to plant, could be setting your garden up for failure? What if the veggies you're thinking of planting right now are a total waste of time, money, and hope? It's a tough pill to swallow, but so many gardeners make critical mistakes in late winter that wreck their harvest before spring even gets going. They're planting the wrong things at the wrong time in the wrong way. The result? Stunted plants, no food, and a bed full of disappointment. But it doesn't have to be this way. Your garden isn't asking for summer just yet. In fact, it's craving a very specific set of veggies right now. In this video, we're going to expose the common planting mistakes people make in August. Then, I'll give you a clear plan based on the decisions every smart gardener has to make, turning that late winter frustration into an amazing harvest. All right, let's get straight to it. The single biggest mistake I see Victorian gardeners make in August is impatience. We get a couple of sunny days and we rush to plant our summer heroes: juicy tomatoes, crisp cucumbers, and colorful capsicums. This is, to put it simply, a recipe for heartbreak. The mistake isn't dreaming of summer, it's planting summer outside in cold, unforgiving August soil. Your soil is ready for roots, not fruit. Let's be clear. Putting a tiny tomato seedling into a cold garden bed is like sending it out into a snowstorm in a t-shirt. It's all about soil temperature. Tomatoes need warm soil for their roots to grow, and young plants need nighttime temperatures to stay reliably above 10 degrees Celsius. In August, the soil is cold and damp. The plant just sits there, stressed and shivering, unable to find food. It becomes a magnet for pests and diseases. Even if it survives, a seedling you plant correctly in October will grow so fast it will completely overtake that sad, stunted one. Everything I just said about tomatoes? It goes double for capsicums and chilies. These are true sun worshippers and even more sensitive to cold. Their seeds need soil temperatures between 21 and 29 degrees just to sprout. That's not happening in an outdoor Melbourne bed in August. They'll turn yellow, drop their leaves, and rot. And the same goes for cucumbers and zucchinis. A late frost, which is common across Victoria in August and even September, will kill them instantly. Their big, watery leaves have zero defense. You might think you're getting a head start, but you're really just creating a weak, unhappy plant. So if planting these is the wrong move, what's the right one? So what about those tomatoes and capsicums? Does this mean you have to wait until October to even think about them? Nope. This brings us to the secret that separates the pros from the beginners. The gardeners with the earliest, biggest tomato harvests usually aren't planting earlier outdoors. They're planting smarter indoors. August is the perfect time to sow seeds for tomatoes, capsicums, chilies, and eggplants. But they need a protected environment. You don't need a fancy greenhouse. A sunny windowsill works. For the real heat lovers like capsicums and chilies, a simple heat mat is a fantastic investment that gives them the consistent warmth they need to germinate. By sowing these seeds now in pots, you're creating your own private nursery of strong, healthy seedlings. You'll keep them warm and protected through the last of the winter chills. Then, when the frost danger has passed and the soil has warmed up around October, you'll have big, vigorous plants ready to go. They will take off immediately, giving you a much earlier and bigger harvest than anyone else. This is the pro move. Now that summer is taken care of, let's talk about the empty space in your garden right now. Your garden isn't asking for heat yet, it's asking for establishment. We're going to go through a series of decisions that will guarantee you an incredible harvest. If your confidence has taken a hit after a disappointing season, radishes are the quickest way to remind yourself that your garden still works. From seed to plate can be as little as 4 weeks. They love the cool soil of late winter, which helps them grow crisp and spicy, not woody. While other fast growers can bolt or struggle with late frosts, radishes are incredibly reliable in these conditions. Another express harvest is rocket. Its peppery kick comes from cool weather, which also stops it from flowering and turning bitter. Sowing these now gives you a quick, confidence-boosting harvest while you wait for the others. Most gardeners would say kale, and kale is tough. But if I could only plant one leafy green to get me through a Victorian August, I'd choose silver beet over both kale and even spinach. Here's why. As the days get warmer, spinach is much quicker to bolt and go to seed. Silver beet, on the other hand, is more tolerant of that transition from cool to warm. You can plant seedlings in August and be harvesting the outer leaves for months and months to come. It is incredibly tough and productive. This is also the time for classic climbers like peas and broad beans. They are perfectly happy to be sown directly into cool August soil. Broad beans are especially tough and handle the cold with no problems. Sowing a row of snow peas or sugar snaps now will reward you massively in spring. This brings us to a question I hear a lot. Why do experienced gardeners plant things like broccoli months before they want to eat them? It's because they know a secret. The biggest, tightest broccoli heads almost always belong to gardeners who planted before spring, not during it. August is the ideal window to plant seedlings of broccoli, cauliflower, and cabbage. They love to get their roots established in cool soil. Then, they put on their main growth as the days get longer and warmer into spring. Planting them now is an investment in future feasts. Planting them later, when it's warmer, often leads to smaller heads that flower too early. Just remember, these are hungry plants, so make sure your soil is full of compost. This is the decision that turns a patch of dirt into a truly permanent garden. It's the choice between renting your garden space to annuals or owning the harvest by investing in perennials. In August, you can plant a 1- or 2-year-old asparagus crown. It's a long-term investment that pays off big time. You don't harvest in the first year, but from year 3 onwards, you'll get a flush of delicious spears every spring for up to 20 years from one planting. Similarly, August is a great time to plant a rhubarb crown. Give it plenty of compost, and a single plant will provide you with crumbles and pies for years to come. These are the plants that give back year after year, forming the backbone of a truly sustainable garden. So let's step back. August in the Victorian garden is not a time for impatience. It's not the time to gamble on summer veggies in the cold, damp ground. Instead, August is a month for smart decisions. It's your chance to get a quick harvest with radishes and rocket. It's time to lay the foundation for the season with bulletproof silver beet and peas. It's the moment to plan for a spectacular spring by planting your broccoli and cabbage now. And it's the perfect time to get a clever head start on summer by sowing tomato seeds on a warm, protected windowsill. Great gardeners don't chase the seasons, they prepare for them. Stop fighting your climate and start working with it. The potential is right there in the cool August soil. Now you have the plan. Get out there and start planting. I hope this guide has given you the confidence to make this August your most productive one yet. If you want more tips specifically for our Australian climate, make sure you're subscribed and hit the bell icon so you don't miss our next video. Now, I want to hear from you. Based on these decisions, what are you planting in your garden this August? Let me know in the comments below. Sharing our plans and experiences is how we all grow as gardeners. Happy planting!